The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
All right, good morning, everyone. Aloha. How's everybody? I see some people coming on board here. It's 1 o'clock my time, but 10 your time in Hawaii. So it's nice that you guys could come and join us. I'm going to be showcasing Cloud CMA Live. My name is Damon Alton. I handle business development for W+R Studios and Cloud Agent Suite, and we're going to give you a nice little tutorial on Cloud CMA Live. This is our newest addition to the Cloud CMA family. So I'll spend about 25, 30 minutes kind of walking through kind of the benefits. I'll give you some thoughts and ideas on how this works and how it changes. It might change the way that you present, not only to a potential listing a client, but really to anybody that wants to know their valuation on their home and give some really nice information. So with that being said, I'm going to jump into Cloud CMA. I'll talk a little bit about Cloud CMA. I'm assuming a lot of you guys have it and use it. If you don't, I'll just give you a quick little, kind of understanding on what Cloud CMA really is as far as the tool in my toolbox. Our product's provided by the MLS, which is fantastic. Live CMA is in addition to that, so there's no cost to Live CMA, which is also fantastic. Once you see it, you'll really, I think, appreciate the value that we're offering here with Cloud CMA Live. So with that being said, I'm going to open this up for questions. There's a questions box you guys can fill out. I'll stop periodically throughout the presentation to address those questions. Hopefully, I'll be pretty thorough here, but again, feel free to ask any questions that you like. All right. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and get into Cloud CMA. If you guys aren't familiar with Cloud CMA, Cloud CMA is a tool that was provided by HIS, and it's basically our upgrade to the MLS CMA. Cloud CMA does a lot. It does a ton, and it really gives the agents the ability to kind of create reports very quickly. So I'm going to make some assumptions here that you've created a report with Cloud CMA. If you haven't, I always tell agents just do a CMA on your house, walk through it. There's a couple points that I'll point out here. So when I want to do a new CMA, I'll click on Create CMA Report. All of this stays the same. There's no change in how I create my report. So I literally will go into my CMA report, and it'll ask me for two things of data. One, client name. And I can type in private notes, like maybe how I got this lead or who this person is. Step number 2, subject property. As I type the subject property, it will autofill. I can select it, and it'll bring over the square footage, beds, baths from the tax records. Now, if this changes or maybe is inaccurate, I certainly can change it here. Property type and property subtype, I can select. I can leave this blank too if I want. And then step 3, how do you want to get comps into the report? So you have 2 choices on how to get comps into the report. One is I can just go on MLS and find the comps that I want and give us those listings, and we'll go get exactly the MLS listings that you want. A lot of agents like to do this. They take the time on the MLS to find the properties. However, I personally like the quick and dirty. And the quick and dirty is really nice because it'll automatically find listings near the subject property. It'll ask me for some options here. Get at least 10, 20, 30. I don't want that many, but I can kind of pull the swath of all the properties that are close. And then on my off-market list, I can go 6 months, 3 months. If it's in more of a rural area, I can even extend it beyond a year. And then I also have more criteria. So if I want to put beds, baths, square footage, lot size, I can do so here. But I typically just leave it. Automatically find listings, go get them, right? Click Update Listings. It'll go into the MLS. We're going to match the address, the beds, baths, square footage to the area. So I pulled an active listing here. So this big property is actually a purple dot here, but there's an actual property on top of it because it's active. So what Cloud CMA is going to do is going to match the beds, baths, and square footage with the subject property and try to pull the comps that are close and kind of match them for you. You'll see that there are some that are color-coded, 8 sold, 1 contingent, 1 active, and there are some that are gray. These are not selected in the report, even though we brought them over. So this property is a withdrawn property. It's close, it's relevant, but if it's a property I don't want to use, I can select or unselect it. Pretty straightforward. All of the property information I can kind of view here. I can look at the comps, I can look at the data, and if I want to make an adjustment, like this might have an ocean view, yours does not, This might have some amenities. I can put something like view lot and make adjustments for this. The view lot in this marketplace is, say, $50,000. So it's got a better view than your property. That's why it's higher. All the information's here. Of course, if I make an adjustment, it'll show me that I've made an adjustment here. And then it'll actually, in the report, you'll see those adjustments as well. So I'm going to go through here, and of course, I can put my properties in order. I can sort them however I'd like. This is the stuff for you guys to discover. If you want to add a listing, I certainly can just add a listing by MLS number. It'll just going to add one single listing. I can do multiples of those, or I can add off-market listings if a client went FSBO or something, and I wanted to include an off-market or off-MLS listing. I could do that too. But for the most part, here are all the comps. I like all these comps. I have the ability to select my price. It'll show me the low, median, average, high, the average price per square foot, and a suggested range, which I'll select this range here. So that's pretty straightforward. Again, if you guys want to make adjustments, add listings, and come up with a suggested list price, I do all that in my listings section. And then my customize section, this is really where Cloud CMA shines. This is what we do, right? We create incredible reports for our clients. So I have choices on theme, layouts. I also can create my own templates, cover pages, fonts. I have pages that I can include, like closing pages, guidance pages. And this is going to build our PDF, our PDF report. And I can turn pages on or off, or move them around, or change the colors and do all that. Once I click on publish the report, it's going to publish this report. And I'm going to have two choices. Now, what most agents always have used is the PDF. The PDF looks fantastic, right? It'll automatically bring the CMA over. It'll talk a little bit about, letter to my client, a little bit about myself, my company, what a CMA is. Here's the contact me page. Here's the comparable listings in the report, square footage, beds, baths, and then a kind of summary of those in the report. And then we have kind of dividers that you can choose to use. We'll show the photo and map of the property. Of course, we'll show all the interior photos if they're available as well. So this is just a beautiful report. Let me just show you a couple more pages in here so you guys can get an understanding. We'll actually show all the comps, and then we'll break the price breakdown here. My solds, my contingent, my actives, my sold property analysis. Again, this is designed to be an impressive report to deliver to my client. And of course, I have choices on which pages I want to include and in what order I want to include, if I want to make them bigger or smaller. So this is Cloud CMA at its finest, creating this report, and you guys can kind of play with that as you'd like. What is new, however, is the live CMA. So again, if I send this to a client and I might want to change something in the report, it's hard for me to do that. I got to zoom all the way up. It's designed in a page format. So live CMA is designed to be completely digital, and it's designed to work on every device. So you can see it here on my full screen, but if it's on a phone, it'd be something like this. If it's on an iPad, something like this. And of course, my full screen will show me like this. And it'll respond depending on whatever device that I'm showing you. These are all digital kind of tiles. So I can go directly to any of these pages if I want to. If I want to go directly to the comps, I can show you, go directly to the comps, and it'll show the comp information here. But let me go back to the kind of the front of the report here. Excuse me, let me turn that phone off. So the front of the report will show all of the pages kind of in order. As an agent, I can go in and I can customize this layout. So I can move pages around, turn them on or off. If there's content that I don't want to include, I can uninclude it or include it, and kind of build my template as far as what I want to deliver. So that'll kind of be set. When my client receives it, they won't have the choice to turn these off. They'll only be able to click on the tiles or go through the full presentation here. I also have the ability to start a Zoom meeting, a Skype meeting, a Google Hangout to do virtual listing presentations if I want to. So let's go through this. So I'm going to move this to the side here for now. I'll answer some questions later if you have some. So I'm going to just go directly into the comps because I want to show you the interactivity between the subject property, the data set, and some of the graphing and charts that we use. And then I'll go through the full presentation and add some, there'll be some magic that I share with you as well. So I just want to go straight to the comps here. So we have three layouts of comps, comparable side by side, the map listing, and the list view. I'm showing you the map listing here. This is a super cool feature of Live CMA. So as you can see, I have some comps that are selected, but I also have some comps that are unselected. And this happens all the time where a client might say something like, hey, I drive by this property all the time. It looks like it's sold. Why didn't you include that? Or it's expired, it looks like. Why didn't you include this property? Well, I can look at the property right with my client. Let me make this a little bit bigger for you guys. So I can see that this property sold. It's one bedroom bigger than yours. The square footage is lower. The lot size is much lower. I certainly can include this comp if you'd like. So this happens sometimes when I might do a presentation on a Friday and don't actually present till Sunday, and there might be a new listing. Well, I'll see that new listing right here on the map, which I can add with my client as we are going through the report. So there's another kind of interesting feature to this as well, is I can kind of, illustrate this is your subdivision, this is not your subdivision, this is the ocean, maybe make some arrows. These are tools that are in most remote virtual applications, but we just add it so that I can communicate via the screen with my client by just clicking on the little icon here, and I can make a happy face. There you go. Okay. So let me show you kind of how we lay out the comps, which is really interesting. So we have the subject property here with a little listing status guide, and then all the comps side by side. We do some cool things here where we say, hey, this is the closest to you, and this one's the most expensive. So little kind of contextual additions to this data set, as well as it'll show me that this is 3 bedrooms, 1 full and 1 half bath. As I kind of zoom over the comps, 1 full bath, 1 full bath here. As I look at the properties in full, let me see if I can find a 4 bedroom. So this property is a 4 bedroom. So when I look into the property, I can see the property in full. It'll tell me that it's 1 bedroom bigger than yours, 1 bathroom bigger than yours. The home size is a little smaller, but it's much younger. So that applies to the price. We'll show you the original list and the actual list and how far it came down with the sold price getting about 80%, 88% of list price. So this is just nice information to have. It'll show all the details and the schools and the data from MLS. If I want to walk through this property, I can show my client why this property sold for whatever it did or why it did not. I can kind of give them an understanding of the property here, as well as if I saw a comp that I didn't want to include, I could uninclude it after looking at it further with my client. So we have 3 ways of showing the comp data: side-by-side comparison, and as if I click through the property, I can see a full listing of the property and again walk through that. I can show the map. The map will show all of the comps that I had selected, plus all of the other listings that are on MLS within the purview of that search, which is really nice. And then also there's a list price here, so I can turn comps on or off. It'll give me the price, percentage of square footage, or price per square footage, days on markets, beds, baths, square footage, lot size. Okay, so that is our comp kind of layout for the comparable homes. We also have the average pricing. So this is really a very unique page. So all the graphs here are related to the subject property. So this will show me, I think you guys are a non-disclosure state. That's probably why you don't have sold date. If that's different, let me know. You probably should have sold date on there. But so to show me the addresses, as my mouse comes over the comps, you'll notice I have, it'll come into a property. So this property on Comey Street, I can say, okay, you know what, let's not include that property, and it'll take it out of the graph and it'll gray out the property, and it's no longer in the search results. So I can do that if I see an outlier live within the presentation. It'll also let me show the average price per square foot. So here's my scatter chart from average price per square foot. Again, as my mouse comes over the properties, it'll highlight the properties on the scatter chart. So if I see an outlier or something that I want to take out, like this one looks like it's 720, for whatever reason, if I took that out, it would change it from 511 to 496. Okay, so all the graph data is related to the subject property, which are related to the data set, which is related to the subject property, which is all interactive. Again, the nice thing about this is if I show it on a phone, it looks beautiful. If I show it on an iPad, it looks great, as well as if I'm showing it digitally here to my client. So time to sell. So currently it's 102 days on the market, around 98% of list. You'll actually see the little teardrops here, the original list price and what it actually sold for. So everybody except for This guy came down. This is the closest to you, so probably just because it's only been 5 days on the market, it hasn't kind of hit that drop yet. But I can talk about all these points really nice and easy with the comp data. Again, if I want to talk about a specific property, we can again go into this specific property and talk about why this property sold for whatever it did. So really nice interaction between, again, the properties, the data, and that's all related to the subject property, of course. The last few pages here, I'll show you the online valuation. This is where we take the Zillow's estimates and put them next to the sold price from MLS to show how inaccurate Zillow is in the marketplace. And this is a very popular page. So we can kind of talk about that. And then we get into the estimated market value, which is the price range that I put in here, the average sold price, average price per square foot, average days on market, 97% of list. And then also I have my net proceeds sheet. I'll show you here in a second. So that's kind of all the data, if you will, in the report. Let me walk you through the full presentation. Okay, so unlike the PDF, which really is designed to print and leave and give to your client in a tactile kind of deliverable, this is something that I can show again. I can deliver to them unsolicited. They can kind of view it. So I'm walking you through a full presentation. A couple things that are really interesting with Live CMA is I can add embedded video. So let's say I sent this to a client prior, and maybe I'm not even going through the report with them. They're just opening it up on their own. I've kind of embedded a little video here.
Every client that I've made is unique and has different real estate.
And some text here. I'll show you how to do that in our customized pages, but I literally just drop in the video, and it'll show that video here in my introduction page. I might want to talk about our team. I just copied and pasted this literally right off my website. We take HTML, we'll deliver it because it's fully digital, and now gives me a lot of options to create unique custom pages. There still are custom pages too. These are all the pages that we create. What's a CMA? How are they created? You can choose to use these pages. And then of course, all of the comp data, the average pricing, the price per square foot, time to sell, online evaluation, and estimated market value, which I just showed you. After this, I might want to talk about maybe our team. I might want to talk about how we do virtual showings. These are custom pages that I've added. I might want to just upload a PDF from a partner client of mine, or I might want to create other pages of content in PDF and deliver like market watch reports into the report. I also, again, because I can add custom video, I can put my client testimonials in here, maybe some process videos, whatever I want to include, I can include right here into the report. I might want to talk about listing overview, listing paperwork overview, marketing action plan, and then here's just another kind of company page, commission distribution. All of that's here. Again, I can turn pages on or off. So say I didn't want to include the escrow pages or the Armalist pages, or even the virtual showings and meet my team pages. I can just click on done, and now my presentation will be a little bit tighter. It won't have all that extra content. So this is going to be delivered how I want it to deliver. I kind of set that, and that's ready to go. If I want to send it to my client, I can email it to them from here, or in Cloud CMA, I can email it to them from our system. I can email the PDF and or the slideshow and or Live CMA, whatever one you want to kind of include. If it's just Live CMA, I can just send that directly. I can also copy the link and put it on, Twitter, direct message, Facebook, whatever I want to do. So let me open this up for you guys. I see some questions here. I'm going to stop here and just answer a few questions. So if you got some, put them down. I can do a CMA for a property which is not listed yet, correct? Yes. I simply have an address, of course. The owner has not yet let me see the actual home, but would like to give her an approximate value to sell. That's exactly right. So typically when we do CMAs, they're not on MLS. So when I want to do a CMA in the format that you're just talking about, Carol, I would go in here, I type in my client name, I type in the address. We're going to pull the tax records for that data, and then we're going to match that property with the properties that are on MLS. That'll give me an understanding of what the market value is. I hope you get the listing. I hope you get the listing too, Carol. It's best not to share the CMA report with a client until I have the listing. No, I don't think that. I don't think that that's true. You want to present the CMA to the client it's a full listing presentation, right? So this is how I list. This is what we should think about when we come up with a suggested list price. These are the things that I'm going to do for you as an agent, and these are my testimonials, and this is why you should do business with me. That's all a single presentation. the comps certainly are something to go over, but when we present, we want to present the whole thing. So that is your listing presentation when it includes comps. How do you access the map in the green pen? Great question, Andrea. Really easy. So when I'm in my Cloud CMA report, so again, if I'm in CMA, you have a choice of live CMA or PDF CMA. Okay, so if I click on the live, it'll open up the live, and you'll see in comps there are 3 choices here to the top right. So I'm going to click on my little pen. There are 3 choices. There are 3 kinds. It doesn't let me do that. Hold on a second. All right, let me show my pen. Okay, so up here you'll see, I can't circle the top bar here, compare, map, and list. So this is the compare view. Here's the map view. And then of course the list view. The map view will pull the properties that I've selected already in CMA, and then show you the other ones that are live on MLS, but we didn't select as far as the CMA is concerned. So hopefully that answered your question, Andrea. Is there a better way to send the CMA PDF where it isn't such a big file? Okay, Mindy, just FYI, when we send the report, it sends it as a link. So this is the link to PDF, right? So all we're sending is a link. There is no weight to this. I can certainly pick and choose pages if I want to make the report smaller, but it's not a big file, if I can be clear on that. You're not sending a big file. This is literally, they just open it on their phone because it opens within the browser because it's cloud-based. So there's no size to the file, if you will. Hopefully that. Are you presenting, Andrea, that's not a great question. As you are presenting. Oh, right, you want to show the map as I'm presenting. I'm showing you right now, right? So as I'm presenting, I'm saying these properties are over here are an X subdivision. These are over here, and then of course I just click it, turn it on, and turn it off. If that's your question, Andrea. If I'm not being clear, let me know. Okay. All right. So go ahead, keep sending me your questions. I'm going to show you a few more things here. All right. So now we're kind of dividing things up into PDF and view and live. So you have to make the choice. Am I presenting on a phone? Real quickly, because again, I can do a CMA live in the field and show with a client if a conversation pops up. That's a beautiful thing about Cloud CMA. I can also, print a PDF report if I'm actually going to the physical listing. So they're a little bit different as far as how I want to show them. I might want to customize either the pages in the PDF or the tiles in the live CMA. So I'm going to show you where that's done here. So if you click on the top right corner where your little photo is, it'll give you account settings, and in your account settings you'll see custom pages. You have 2 areas to add custom pages. I can add custom PDFs by just clicking on Upload PDF, and it'll upload right in. I can upload different cover pages for PDF reports or different reports, the data set if I want to, or maybe I'm doing a market update kind of program. I can send out market updates rather than CMAs. So these are actually PDFs that I can just upload, easy, and that'll be in my list. And then I can actually create custom pages. So I'm just going to show you this one here. Literally, how do I create a custom page? I give it a name. I click on Add. Here I can upload video. I can upload photos. I can upload hypertext links. So you'll see that kind of here in the introduction. I've uploaded this video right from YouTube and some content with a little bit about me. You guys can play with the size of this and the size of the photos and kind of set it how you like, but this is where I would add any page. Like for instance, I added my listing paperwork overview. I've got this little image here and some content data and a link. So this is just an online version of Word essentially. So you can add as many pages as you'd like and use them, when you need to, or use them for every report. And if you want to delete them, of course, you can delete them here. Okay, let me see if I got any more questions. If posting a CMA on Facebook, can we target a neighborhood to show available listings to and show the comparison? New agent here. So, hey Nellie, I think it's Nellie. So again, I'm going to show you the landing page here in a second. If you're going to post, you wouldn't post a CMA on Facebook, at least in regards to our product, because it's based on a specific property. That's the beautiful thing about our program. We're not just giving AVM numbers out. We're pulling your property, pulling the comps from MLS, just as an agent would do, to give me an evaluation just as an agent would do, not as an AVM. So you wouldn't post a CMA as a neighborhood area. You would post a CMA to a client, if that makes sense. We do have a buyer's tour, which will show properties, active listings, and property reports that'll kind of show a single property on MLS. But a CMA is really a market evaluation for a single property, not a neighborhood. Because again, two properties are not the same, therefore it would throw the neighborhood data off. So that kind of makes that clear. All right, so adding my custom pages is fantastic, so I can add custom pages. There's another tool here with Cloud CMA called lead generation. And I'm actually gonna pull this address. Actually, I already have it. So in Cloud CMA, you have a button called lead generation, and this might kind of apply to what you're trying to do, Nelly. This will allow me to ask or share on Facebook, on Twitter, on Pinterest. I can embed it on my website. I can send it directly to a client. I can put it on my email signature. Essentially what we're doing is we're asking our clients to say, hey, would you like an evaluation on your property? And if they type in an address, and I think I have one here, 5020 Road. Okay, my client will just type in their address. I'll click on OK. They'll click on the green button here, and they said, hey, we found your property. Where would you like us to send your report? Send it to me here's my email address. And phone number is optional, square footage is optional. So email my report. So what we're going to do is we're going to go into your account, run a quick and dirty, create your report, both the PDF and the live CMA, and we're going to email the PDF to the client instantly. So this is happening right now as we speak. So if I go into Cloud CMA, you will see a new report for Damon for that 502 Ohu Street. It'll say that it's sent to Damon at that email address, and I can view the PDF, I can edit the report, I can view the live report, and I can see the CMA that I created for him. I can look at the PDF and see the CMA that I created for him. So this is done automatically with them just adding that landing page. And I'll show you one more kind of trick with that. Let me go back to my lead generation landing page, and this is what a lot of agents like to do, post it on Facebook. So I'll click on post and I'll say, this is a test, and or I'll say something nice to my sphere, my farm, and I will just click on post to Facebook. I type in this as a test, so no one will click on it on my site. But you can just see technically how this will post onto Facebook, and I will go to Facebook, and you will see what's your homework? My client hopefully will, or my sphere or farm will hopefully click on this and type in their address, and we'll create a report in the same fashion that we just did that. Okay. I also have a kind of a trick here. Let me just show you as well. Is on my messages, I might do something like this, where I have a link to the landing page here, and I might have a little "What's My House Worth" image here. I can make that the link as well, but on my email signature, or on my newsletters, or combine it with a print campaign. So again, when my client clicks on this, it's going to go right to this site. They're going to type in their address, and we're going to create the report and then create that lead for me. And in my inbox, you will notice I'll have something that says, hey, you have a new lead. We've already sent them the report. Here's the report link. Fantastic. And then with live, now we'll probably be adding the live link as well. Right now, we still just send the PDF. But I would suggest reaching out to that client with the live CMA. Let me walk you through it, and I'll walk them through the live CMA as well. Okay. Can you do this on IG? Kind of. IG doesn't allow you to put live links in there, but you can put a link in your bio. So you can have a click here, click for bio, and your link can be in the bio. So it's a little bit trickier with IG, but yes, you can have the link in IG. It just has to be in your bio page. Do you have a landing page on IG? Again, same thing. Everybody's talking about IG. You can create a page on your or any image on IG, right? Whatever image you want to put on there. Same with Facebook Stories. It's just your link. This link when you are in Cloud CMA. Let me go back to. Let me go back to Cloud CMA here. Right here, it'll say copy link. You'll copy that link and put it into your bio report, if that makes sense. Okay. Do you have a landing page for IG? Yeah, that same thing, Andrea. How do you link it for your email? Again, all I'm doing is copying this link, right? And then I'll go into my email preferences. I might write a little statement or an image, and then I'll right-click on it. It'll say add a link, and I'll add this link to that image or add this link to that text, if that makes sense. Really simple, really straightforward on the lead gen stuff. Okay, just trying to get through all your questions, guys. All right, so going back to Cloud CMA. Again, this is the nice thing about this is the ability to kind of do this really quickly. Now, there's one more kind of cool feature that I'll share with you. This is again, maybe I'm in the field on the fly on my phone. Do you guys know that you can create a CMA from just an email? So you literally can send us an email to cma@cloudcma.com. And in the subject line, you'll put Mr. Smith, whoever I'm doing the CMA for. Let's go, Mr. Jones. And in the body of the email, I'm going to put the address 5020 Ohu Road. I think it's CAPAA, right? And I'm going to click on send. Just so not to make this a magic show, really, it's working with the same tech that the landing page was working. In the email, we have the name of the client and the address of the property. That's all we're asking for in the landing page. The difference is it's coming from your email address, so that's how we link it to your account. So we'll go into your account, we'll create the report, and we will send it out to you ASAP. So you'll see it actually that's in a different account for mine. So here's the, okay, that's it. I have it set up as a different account. Hold on a second. Let me just make sure my account settings are right. I want to show you that. I have a number of accounts on here and my email is a little different. So what's my email? Contact info is, okay. Actually, I can't do that for my email's kind of jacked up. So anyhow, we call that our one-click reports. I'm going to show you one more feature here inside of our account settings, which is our learning resources. In our learning resources, we have videos on everything that we do here within Cloud CMA. The trick I just showed you is what we call the one-click CMA. You can watch that video and explain exactly how it works for you guys. So you guys can get an understanding. All of our videos are really nicely done, well produced. Talk about live Cloud CMA live, how to create one, how the quick and dirty works, how to create a buyer's tour. It's all here for you guys. Andrea is asking a question: is there a landing page? Sorry, is the landing page home only working for Hawaii or anywhere in the U.S.? So the landing page is connected to your account, which is connected to your MLS. So we pull data directly from the MLS. We don't have like a Zillow hub or data across the country. We're connected directly to your MLS. So it's going to pull that data from your MLS, which is Hawaii Information Services. If you were connected to another MLS and you had IDs and passwords, you certainly could create one for those as well. But it's MLS specific, if that makes sense, Andrea. Okay, good, cool. All right. There's one more feature I'll share with you guys. Again, you guys get Cloud CMA for free through the MLS. Let me get into Cloud CMA. There is one kind of feature or upgrade that you might have some interest in. I'm going to share this with you guys here real quick. So again, creating CMAs is just a breeze, super simple. I'm still going to make sure that the comps are right and adjust whatever I need to. But as far as how my reports are going to look, they're going to blow out any clients just using MLS printouts. Okay. Yeah, this is all free and part of your MLS. What I'm going to show you is an upgrade. You might have interest in this or not. We have a feature called HomeBeat. And HomeBeat is basically automates my CMAs for my past clients or really anybody that I have a conversation with. So this report I've created for Damon here, if I click on the Ulysses, I can click on Create a HomeBeat. And a HomeBeat will allow me to automate for the rest of their lives a CMA for my client. So let me show you how this works. So the CMA that I've already created here, client name, I'm just going to put my email address here. All right. Property type, property subtype. So if I want to make sure that I'm getting the right, units, there's a lot here in your MLS. Wow. But you can choose kind of, your specific subtype if you want to. And then also allows you to create what we call an intro email. So it's hi, client name, just dropping you a quick line. I would change this a little bit and make it specific to the COVID crisis. Hey, people are interested to know what their homes are valued as we go through this crisis. So we're going to send you data. As you probably know, there are plenty of websites that'll estimate your home's value, but rarely are they accurate. Ultimately, knowing the values and understanding on the local market, we basically regularly check the properties that are on the market and share them with you. So that's what HomeBeat is. So here's my email, which I can edit and change. And then also I can say, okay, send this to my client monthly. Maybe it's I just closed a client. I'm going to send you an annual HomeBeat just to keep you up to date with what's going on in the marketplace. I can do it semi-annually, quarterly, monthly. And then basically I just click on create and send, and it'll create a HomeBeat and send it to my client, and then send it every quarter from now on for the rest of their lives, unless they unsubscribe, of course. So let me show you what the HomeBeat looks like. So in the same fashion that we did a quick CMA, we do the same thing here. We drop a pin on the address. We match the home details with the properties that are in the area. The clients can, of course, click through the photos if they want to look at the photos. They can see all the data here. It's very similar to our side-by-side comparison in Cloud CMA Live. It allows me to kind of show how the properties match up side-by-side to the subject property. We have a kind of a market as a whole here, and then up above, we'll also have, hey, there's 1 active, 8 solds, and at about an average of 83 days to sell. So if you have any questions about these properties and their statuses, please ask me. Or, of course, if they want a full CMA, they can do so. One thing to note here on the live CMA, we don't give them a price. We don't give them a suggested price on what their property is worth. We'll show them all the properties in the market and what they're selling for and how they match up with your property. But if you want a price, then you'll need a free home evaluation from me, which is my lead gen. We'll ask the client a couple questions. They can request the home value, and you'll notice down here it'll say home value has been requested. And then in my inbox, you will see CMA has been requested for Damon. Here it is. And then, of course, I just click on Create Cloud CMA, launches Cloud CMA with all the data, and I'll go through there and make sure that the comps are right, specific to this property. Okay, so this is HomeBeat is designed to be an automatic follow-up to anybody that I talk to about property valuations for the rest of their lives in a nice, simple URL that we deliver kind of quarterly, monthly, annually, or so forth. This part that I'm showing you, HomeBeat, is not free. It's an upgrade, but I'm going to show you just kind of how this works here real quick. So if you guys want to, I'm just going to give you a promo code. So if you're in Cloud CMA and this is something that you want to try, obviously Cloud CMA and Cloud CMA Live is provided free by the MLS. If you want to add HomeBeat, you can. It's typically $199 for the year, which is about 20 bucks a month. And we discount it for you guys for $149 for the year using this promo code. So I'm going to let this promo code sit here for a few minutes. You guys can write it down. Literally, all I have to do is if I'm in Cloud CMA, just click on the HomeBeat button. It'll show you a little video and explain kind of what HomeBeat is, and then you can sign up. It does have a 30-day free trial, so you can sign up for 30 days for free. And again, just be mindful. This is, again, designed for past clients, drip campaigns to everybody that I talk to, and really anybody in my database that I want to set them up with a quick market update over time, automatically kind of set it and forget it, and it sends really nice data beautifully. Okay, so back to my questions here. I just have the one from Andrea. Is this all free? So everything's free except for HomeBeat. I showed you HomeBeat. Again, that you'll see that in Cloud CMA. That's, again, just for the auto follow-up if you want to kind of build that into your systems. It's just a great tool to include that. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and type in the promo code here. Any other questions for me? The nice thing about this is you guys have it free, so you guys can play with it a little bit on the comps that you're looking to do for your actual listing presentations, or just really want to build the best listing presentation that you can, and then determine how you deliver a PDF live, how you would deliver a PDF and what you would want in it, how you would deliver a live and what you would want in that. We also do buyer's tours, property reports, flyers. I was kind of light on this. I mean, this is pretty straightforward. Any kind of listing that I want to create a property report or buyer's report for, it's super simple. I will just type in my client's name and the address or MLS number, and our property report will look something like this. Okay, we like to use these for open houses. Maybe a client asks about a specific property. We're going to show all the MLS data in a printed report with all the schools brought over automatically, all the restaurants brought over automatically, some online valuations, and really whatever else I wanted to include in the report. So that's our property report. Our buyer's tour is essentially the same thing. It's just multiple properties. So if I want to show 5 or 10 properties, I can do so. That'll show all that in a nice report here. Flyers, pretty simple as well. Same kind of fashion. I type in my client name or address. It's got to come from MLS for us to create the flyer, but we'll create really simple flyers like this in about 2 seconds, and all the MLS data is just automatically pulled. I have choices on my flyer as far as how I want to lay this out. But again, to do the flyer, all of the data has to be on MLS so we can pull. So I can create a flyer without having to type it in one keystroke. I can choose the layouts here. I can choose the descriptions, the titles, the themes, and kind of create really nice quick reports, flyer reports. Back to property. All the properties in here are sold, therefore there are no current listings. She says she put $80K in renovations for flooring. I think some sort of idea what his property is worth, but you said don't discuss pricing. Well, that's not really what I'm saying. Hold on, let me finish. Can you not give a guesstimate? Yeah, of course you can. That's our job as agents, is to say, hey, let's just kind of do an evaluation here on your property. How do we do evaluations? Well, we base on the market, on the data base it on the properties that are selling in their marketplace. So let me just click on edit here, give you a better understanding. Typically, when we do a CMA on a property, we're looking for the best comp. So this property is a 3-bedroom, 1-bath, 1,200 feet. So this is a 3-bedroom, 1-bathroom, 1,800 feet. Do I want to include it? Well, it was withdrawn, so I might want to show it. But for the most part, here's a 3-bed, 100-bath, 1,290. So this is the same as this property here. Well, actually the same property. Let me find something that's close. So here's the one on. I'm gonna murder this. Ha'alua. 3 beds, 2 baths, 1,100. So this is really similar to your property that she's trying to list. However, you're saying that she added some renovations to her property. Typically, when you do an adjustment, you adjust the subject property. I'm sorry, you adjust the comparable property, not the subject property. So I would make an adjustment here. So I would put if your kitchen was updated, I might put outdated kitchen. We'll have to, of course, apply here, Jim, and I would give it the value of, you said 80,000. Okay, that's how I would adjust for this similar property to that property. So I'm adding value to this property. So it actually sold for 620, but if it had what you're having, what you said that your property has, it'd be more like 700,000. Does that make sense, Carol? You don't make adjustments to the subject property. You only make adjustments to the comps, and you want to find the comp that's very similar to their property to have an understanding on if this sold at 695 at 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, 1,100 square feet. Then what's the difference between this property and my property? Well, you might make some adjustments here, but if it's exactly the same or very similar, then you can expect you kind of a price per square foot at 590, 591. at your square footage, if that makes sense. Okay. Again, so there's kind of two things that are happening here. One is I'm going to go through the comps in a traditional CMA to make sure that I'm matching the properties, amenities to the property that I'm trying to list, and I want to list that property for the most amount of money I can get based on what people are getting in that marketplace. So that's why they're comparative. So this will give me, again, a range of all the comps in the report, and then I can say, okay, well, let's use the 506 price per square foot. You'd be at 652. If I use the suggested range, you'd be at 630 to 670. But again, you control all of this. So that our product is going to help you do that. Our product doesn't tell you the price. It helps you put it together and present. Any other questions for me, guys? I'm going to kind of keep this open-ended here for a little bit. We still have about 40 people on board. So I'm happy to answer any questions one-to-one if you'd like on Cloud CMA. And I'll just kind of keep myself open here for any questions to be delivered. Otherwise, if you think you got it, go play with it. Go do some CMAs and let us know what you think about it. We're really excited about the live CMA. There's a few more features coming because we just launched this a couple weeks ago. So we're always kind of elevating our program, and trying to create a better tool for agents so that we can upgrade from the MLS. Will this be available to listen again? You certainly will. I certainly will send this out as a recording. Just Carol, or I'm sorry, Mindy. I would do this. If you're looking to watch recordings and watch videos, just go into your account settings, click on Learning Resources. We break everything down in nice little bite-sized bits, so you don't have to listen to me ramble on for 45 minutes. I can look, 4 minutes, 2 minutes, 1 minute. This will give you a great understanding of all the little pieces of Cloud CMA. I would go here before I would listen to me again for 45 minutes. So, great. I'm glad you guys like the information. Fantastic. Thanks, Mindy, Carol, Andrea. All right. Like I said, I'll stay here for a little while longer if you guys want to ask any other questions. Otherwise, go have a great day. You have all day in front of you, and hopefully it's beautiful out there. I'm sure it is. So thanks for your time again today. I'll be on here for another 5 or 10 minutes answering questions. After I do the CMA, is the PDF fully editable? Well, yes. So again, when you create a report, Mindy, I can view the PDF or I can view it live. If I want to edit it, I can edit a couple of things. I can customize how many pages I want in here. I can turn pages on or off. Okay, so I can lay out my presentation. Pages like cover letter and title page, I can edit. Some of them I cannot edit. If I want to add a page, so say for instance, I don't like the what is a CMA page, I'm going to take it out, and then I can create my own custom page that might talk about, what a CMA is or whatever. So I can create my own custom pages that are editable, or you can use our pages that are, again, designed for a listing presentation. So all of our content is specific to the objections and things that pop up in a presentation. So I can customize pages, I can add and subtract pages, and the same thing with the live CMA. I can customize pages, I can add and subtract pages, so it's fully editable, yes. I would just republish the report here with the pages and changes that I've made, and it would create the report, and it allows me to view the PDF or view the live CMA, and if I wanted to share it, I can, of course, copy it or email it. Tons of ways to share. What was the promo code again? The promo code is Lightning. I put it in the answers here, so hopefully you guys will get that. It's LIGHTNING. That'll give you the 30-day trial and discount HomeBeat to $149 for a year, so it's like $12 a month. It's like really, really inexpensive in regards to being able to have a tool that automatically keeps my past clients and people that I speak to up to date on their listing, on their property. Cheyenne. So. All right. Well, if I don't see any other questions, you're welcome, Cheyenne. Thank you. I'm going to let you guys go. It's 1:50. And so hopefully that was a great presentation. If you have any questions, of course, we have support. You guys can call us directly. But again, you guys get the product for free. So I would just say play with it, and you guys are on your own. So take care. Aloha. Talk to you soon. Bye, guys. Thanks so much.